So the State Department yesterday, they announced that they will be putting 80% of the countries on the do not travel to list, or the do not travel list. And here is the Washington Post. It says the State Department to designate most countries with do not travel advisory. Okay, now this doesn't mean that you can't travel to these countries. They're just saying, look, this is a situation. We're in a pandemic. We highly recommend that you do not travel to these countries. Now, they have not updated the list yet. And we're going to take a look at the list in a minute. But this is big news, because they're not saying that you can't travel, but they're just saying, look, we highly recommend you don't. And so that's going to have a major impact on airlines. That's going to have a major impact on travel. And so we're going to have to follow this and see where it goes. But that's what we're looking at right now. And so on Tuesday, I think I'm going to start doing the Travel Tuesday segment. And I'll still be talking about the other things. I'll talk about the infrastructure, the forced stimulus check. We're still going to talk about all that stuff. But I want to devote at least one day where I talk about travel. I have an audience that likes to travel, and I have an audience that is interested in travel credit cards. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about that stuff on Tuesday. So Tuesdays, that's going to be devoted to travel. Now, if anything comes up, if we have any new revelations when it comes to this infrastructure bill or the forced stimulus check, of course, I will report on that as well. But I do want to talk about the travel stuff, so that's what we're going to do. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to go over to the State Department website, and we can take a look at where we are right now with the level 4. So the level 4, that is the do not travel. Okay, so if you look at on the right side here, you'll see that they have the different advisories. So 1 is exercise normal precaution, 2 is exercise increased caution, 3 is reconsider travel, and then 4 is do not travel. And so you see some of the countries on here. Now, I highly recommend going on the State Department website before you travel outside the country, just to see where your country that you're traveling to, where it sizes up on this list. And the good thing about this, like if you click here, Chad, at the top here, it will take you, and they'll tell you exactly the reasons why they've rated it at a level 4. Now, we know COVID, and we have COVID here, we know COVID is going to be a big factor in why they're putting a lot of these countries. They're going to update a lot of these countries and put them at level 4. But there are some other issues, violent crime, such as robbery, things like that, terrorist attack. So they have some other stuff on here when it comes to Chad. Now, I will be traveling to Colombia sometime this year. I haven't decided exactly when. And so all you need to do in the search button here, just type in, actually, you can learn more about the destination there. But if you want to filter the travel, you can just do this, put Colombia, and then it will tell you, okay, Colombia right now, they're at a level 3. Okay, and that was updated on October 30th, 2020. Now, they might move up to level 4. We don't know yet, but they're going to have to, once the State Department puts out their information, then we'll know a little bit more about where they rank. So level 4 is the do not travel. Now, this is a recommendation, like I said. Okay, so the State Department's not saying you cannot travel to these areas. They're just saying if you do travel, just be aware the State Department is telling you that this is probably not a good time to travel to these destinations. Now, the State Department did put out a statement, and I quote, "We continue to strongly recommend U.S. citizens reconsider all travel abroad and postpone their trips if possible." So that's what they're saying, and they're pretty much saying all travel. Now, 80% of the countries will be put on this level 4, but they're pretty much saying if you're traveling outside the country, don't do it. Don't do it right now. It's not a good time. So it's just crazy. And for me, for someone who likes to get out and travel, and it was really, really hard for me. I traveled to Colombia last year. That was the only trip that I took outside the country. Actually, that was the only trip I took, period. I didn't even travel within the U.S. Last year. So that was it. And now we're at a point where they're putting all these countries on level 4. So they're really saying do not travel this year as of right now. Now we'll have to, hopefully things will open up, but this is right before the summer. So, I mean, the summer is rapidly approaching and they're putting out this level 4 advisory. So I don't know where this is going to go. I'm hoping that things get a lot better, a lot faster. I do have a trip planned to Hawaii, and that'll be in a couple of months. But of course, it's not outside of the country. So even though you still have to go through some different steps, take a PCR test and things like that, you can still travel within the U.S. At least the State Department is okay with that. Now, the State Department is saying that they're basing a lot of their changes on the CDC. So the CDC guidelines, CDC is telling them, look, okay, this is how we feel about travel. And so now they're changing these countries to level 4 because of that. Now, what will be interesting, and about a week and a half ago, I put out a video talking about a vaccine passport. Now, the federal government, President Biden has already indicated he doesn't want to do something that's like a federal mandate when it comes to a vaccine passport. However, can an airline say that you need to have this vaccine passport in order to travel on their airline? And so since it's a private company, they do have some right to say, look, we want you to be vaccinated before you get on our plane. And so we'll have to see what they do with that. And a vaccine passport is not going to be your actual passport. It's probably going to be some type of an app that you'll have to prove that you've been vaccinated in order to get on a plane, just like you need to prove that you've taken a COVID test before you get on a plane. So this is going to be probably something that's going to be the norm. And another thing, other countries, they might mandate that you be vaccinated before you go to travel to their country. So we're going to have to see where this all goes. But this is big news coming from the State Department saying, look, 80% of the countries in the world will be on the do not travel to list. So I want to know what you guys think about this. So let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.